want to show you US Highway 90 at Medillo Creek, where you can see the clearly slow-going traffic at this hour.
And activity on both sides there, on both shoulders there, and obviously a police presence there slowing down some people, no doubt, driving by and looking to see what's happening. So be careful there. Again, 90 at Medillo Creek.
Have a wonderful Halloween, and we'll see you right back here on the Nightbeat. Good night, everyone.
We're going to see clearing skies for the rest of the afternoon, and we'll be left with a high temperature right near 87 in San Antonio. So it's going to be a warm one for us this afternoon. Highs even hotter, closer to 100 degrees down near Laredo. That cool front is on its way, though, and we're excited about that. We have to be patient, though, because that front's not going to arrive until tomorrow afternoon. So starting the day tomorrow, there will be areas that are pretty cool in North Texas, but here in San Antonio, we have to wait. We're going to be warm tomorrow, a high of 88. That front will be moving through in the afternoon and evening hours, and so that's when winds are really going to pick up. We'll see wind gusts of up to 35 to 45 miles per hour tomorrow night, and then by Wednesday morning, you'll really feel the chill. Morning low close to 50 degrees. Afternoons only in the 60s on Wednesday, and then take a look at Thursday and Friday morning. We're going to need the jacket. It's going to be in the 40s. With highs in the 70s. So highs in the 70s on Halloween, but for trick-or-treating, temperatures will gradually fall into the 60s. It's going to be very nice with low humidity, quickly cooling temperatures. Looking at that 7-day forecast, again, we have to wait for that front until tomorrow evening. Otherwise, it is going to be a lovely fall-like feeling in the air starting on Wednesday.
The numbers tell the story. So far during early voting, 33,243 people have voted. This is the number of people, just over 11,000.
This home now under construction after a car came flying off of 410 and this side road straight into their bedroom's exterior wall. Tonight on the Nightbeat, we're speaking with their councilman about what's next.
And Mayor Gino Ortiz-Jones getting pushback from some in the LGBTQ plus community, and it's over rainbow crosswalks in San Antonio's Pride District.
Plus, the city is stepping up to help our neighbors threatened by a looming end to SNAP benefits. How much money businesses raise to feed families? Tonight on the Nightbeat.
Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
Good evening. Happy Halloween, by the way. I'm Ernie Zuniga.
And I'm Stefania Jimenez. Tonight, a neighborhood is demanding that leaders step up after a car slammed into a home on Sunday. You probably remember this, but this is the hole that car right there left.
Yeah, not good. So the accident impacted that one home there, but people in the West Side neighborhood say it is a much bigger issue and that they've had accidents near their homes as well. And they blame speeding drivers. Night Team Zaria Oates has been following this story since the day of the crash and today met up with the councilman who represents that area.
We're at the corner of Dartmoor and Southwest 410 on the west side, and you can probably hear just how fast these cars are driving past, but you can also see it in the cement that's crumbling in this man's front yard from just how fast the vehicles come flying down this side road and crashing into people's property.
So I hear him speeding all night. I hear you hear motorcycle.
This is Marcus Booker. His neighbor, Juan Rodriguez, shares a similar experience living in this area on the west side, but he compared it to being in a war zone after someone crashed into his home straight through the bedroom wall.
I honestly thought a bomb went off. I just retired 23 years Army with 6 deployments, and I thought I was in Iraq.
Since then, his family put up a temporary fix on their exterior bedroom wall, and they've gotten an attorney because they say it's an endless cycle of speed, crash, rebuild, repeat.
I just hear bam, and I come out and there's a car, and it's usually about 2 in the morning. And the police have always taken statements, but they never got anything from me. Because you'll see they've hit here, right here. This is one spot.
They ran through our fence like 5 times, 6 times.
I've seen this, but
So I called Councilman Edward Munguia because this is his district.
This is a life or death situation out here, and I think we need to do a lot more on this side. And whatever I can do at the city level, my district, I'm happy to do that.
What can be done about this moving forward?
On the city side, we're going to work with SAPD and get some enforcement. TxDOT needs to work on some better infrastructure on the actual access road itself. I think they need to upgrade the barricades to something a lot stronger to prevent cars from actually going into properties.
I emailed TxDOT requesting an interview, but they declined because they cannot comment without reviewing the crash details. In their reply, a TxDOT spokesperson mentioned that speeding is one of the leading causes of crashes in the state. But these neighbors want a firm solution.
Put more barriers along the whole axis and barriers that are actually going to stop vehicles.
And someone to cover the price tag, too.
If they hit me, I would like someone to pay for it. That's what I would like. 'Cause I've had to redo this myself 3 times.
Barriers, police presence, and someone to cover the bill are the requests of these homeowners. Zoria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
Of course, we'll keep following up and make sure that neighbors there get some answers. In other news tonight, a middle school boy continues to recover tonight after a vehicle hit him about a half-mile from his school earlier this week.
So Northside ISD tells us that the 12-year-old is a student at Rudder Middle School, and the vehicle hit him near the intersection of Prue Road and Horn Boulevard. San Antonio police say it appears to have been an accident, and the driver is not facing any charges. Families we spoke to this morning at the school were concerned about letting their own kids walk.
I don't let him walk. He takes the bus home, but I don't let him walk to school. But even though at the bus stop, I pick him up at the bus stop, which is only a block away from home. But I don't like him to walk at all.
Why is that?
It's just too dangerous. You know, I mean, people don't slow down.
So in Tuesday's crash, police say the boy was standing in the median and began to walk when the light turned green, and that is when he was hit. He was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Well, there was a significant appearance in court today. That man on the right side of the street is Christopher Preciado. He's the 21-year-old man accused of shooting and killing Matthew Guerra and Savannah Soto back in December of 2023. His parents, Ramon Preciado and Myrto Romanos, were also arrested after allegedly helping Preciado hide the bodies of Guerra and Soto. Today's court appearance was Preciado's first since his arrest. A number of trial dates were floated, but so far no solid date has been set at this time. All right, new on the Nightbeat, 3 people, including a 1-year-old baby, were injured a short time ago after an incident on the south side. San Antonio police tell us that a man got into a truck and accidentally hit the gas too hard, crashing into another parked car and a family of trick-or-treaters. The family of 3, including a 1-year-old, were all injured, with a 29-year-old woman being taken to a hospital. Now, the good news, she is expected to be okay. The baby is fine as well. Officers at the scene tell us that the other 2 got out with just minor injuries, and the driver of the truck is in custody until they figure out if he was intoxicated or not.
Tonight, people are reacting to what San Antonio Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones said last night during a rally that was aimed at protecting rainbow crosswalks in the city's Pride District.
So Governor Greg Abbott has said that he wants all political ideologies removed from Texas streets because he says they are distracting to drivers. So the rainbow, which is of course a symbol of LGBTQ plus pride, would be affected. Last night, the mayor spoke at that rally, and here's one of the things that she said.
My pride is not tied to this paint. You know why? Because it's in my heart and in my head.
Now, that statement from the mayor was just one of the many that left a sour taste in the mouths of some San Antonio LGBTQ plus community members. The mayor spoke for about 6 minutes last night at that event.
But the mayor's comments suggested that the city had to be realistic in its approach.
There's a number of ways in which we can show our pride, make sure our community feels seen and heard, and we are not inviting unneeded retribution against the most vulnerable in our community.
Tonight, we're hearing from some of the local LGBTQ plus community following what the mayor said.
Now, in a statement given to KSAT tonight, they are accusing Mayor Jones of not listening to their concerns and being dismissive.
She's made decisions without talking to stakeholders in the community. She's made these decisions just flippantly on her own without really having extensive conversations, which is what last night could have been.
Now, community organizers said they want the city to fight the directive, even if it means a lawsuit. It is worth noting that Mayor Jones said the city will still file an exemption to the directive, but wanted to manage people's expectations about what can be achieved. To see her full comments and our extensive coverage on this issue, you can go to our website anytime, KSAT.com.
And staying with Mayor Jones, she made a big announcement today that affects families who depend on SNAP benefits.
Yeah, so the mayor says that local businesses have raised more than $1.6 million to provide food for San Antonio families while SNAP benefits pause. So eligible households will receive a $150 HEB gift card from the San Antonio Area Foundation, which will be distributed by Metro Health and City Human Services.
I know so many families, when they heard the news of those SNAP benefits being paused, were really worried about how they were going to make it through that next month. And so that's why I knew we had to act quickly.
So according to the mayor, the fund will help nearly 11,000 families. She said details on the distribution of the funds and eligibility will be announced next week. And the help does not stop there. If you or someone you know has been impacted, you can scan the QR code there on your screen. A lot of companies, workplaces, and even school districts are stepping up to help cover the financial gap during the federal shutdown, and more are planning to do so next week. We have a list of those resources also at KSAT.com. Well, tens of thousands of people are expected to visit the Little Flower Basilica this weekend. The sacred relics they are coming to see, and how long they will be on display.
An important programming note to pass along. The TV provider, YouTube TV, and our affiliate network, ABC, are in a contract dispute, and that's why ABC programming is off of YouTube TV. It's going to be that way until a deal is reached, which includes all of ABC programming in the meantime. KSAT 12 is an affiliate of ABC, so we don't have any say in what happens in any of this. All of our newscasts continue to be streamed on the KSAT Plus app on your smart TV or mobile device. And if you watch KSAT 12 on something other than YouTube TV, don't worry about it. It doesn't affect you. This also doesn't affect any clips or shows from KSAT 12 that you happen to watch on YouTube. As negotiations continue, we're going to continue to keep you informed. An estimated 100,000 people are expected to visit the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Little Flower over the next 5 days.
And that is why you see there on the screen, they're all coming to see the sacred relics of Saint Therese of Lisieux on display. Now, she's known worldwide as the Little Flower, and this marks the first time since 1999 that her relics are here in San Antonio. So earlier this evening, Archbishop Gustavo Garcia Sierra led a mass and a procession through the shrine. The mayor was there, you can see. The relics of St. Therese will be on public display for veneration and prayer through next Tuesday. The 19th century Carmelite sister is the patron saint, by the way, of florists and gardeners and those battling terminal illness.
And we welcome all of those people to our city. And they're going to be enjoying some fabulous weather, I might say. Yes, okay, 60 degrees out there right now, and I'm sure that there might be some people trick-or-treating, although it might be a little too late for the younger trick-or-treaters. Yes. But I want to see more of the dog costumes.
Well, Stephania, you are just in luck. It might be getting a little too late for some of the younger ones. Some of the older ones might still be out and about, but we are getting all of the pictures of our four-legged friends wearing their costumes. So this is Patrick submitting his dog in a cow costume, and then we also have little Chloe dressing up as Minnie Mouse.
So cute.
We love seeing all these four-legged friends. We had a cat earlier that was dressed up as Dracula. So if you have any other pictures of your four-legged friends, you can submit them through KSAT Connect. We would love to see them over the next few days. Even though Halloween is ending in just a few short hours, we still love to see all the four-legged friends dressed up. Now for the forecast, yes, we did see some pictures of the dogs, but tomorrow morning we're still expecting a little bit more of the same. You'll be waking up in the upper 40s, some folks in the low 50s, and already by lunchtime, we're sitting in the 60s. But here's the thing. We are expected to see a few rain chances start to arrive in the afternoon, only a 20% chance, but it is expected to continue throughout the rest of your afternoon and evening, and that will really only allow our peak temperatures to get to the mid 70s, even some barely getting in the 70s, either the low 70s or the upper 70s. Here's a look at that futurecast. As we're heading out tonight into tomorrow, it's because of a weak cool front moving into North Texas, and that is traditionally either giving you those cooler temperatures or the chances of some rain. And for us, it's going to bring us some rain. There is a small chance of a quick splash and dash around noon and around lunchtime. But what we're watching is the evening, especially about that 2 p.m. to really about the 8 or 9 or even 10. These quick showers will continue to make their way through San Antonio, not having too much of that widespread chances of the showers and thunderstorms. It's going to be more inconvenient than it will be impactful. And the good news, by about midnight Saturday night, now early into Sunday morning, all of these showers will continue to really start to die off, leaving us with those clear skies as we go throughout the rest of your Sunday morning. And that will even lead us to those clear skies Sunday night. And those clear skies are going to allow our temperatures to stay in the 40s and the 50s. We'll have our average low at about 55 degrees for most of us. And really, it's going to be a battle on if we're staying in the 50s or if we're staying in the 40s. But what we're watching is next week. Temperatures staying in the 60s as you're waking up because we have an area of high pressure returning to San Antonio. And that is going to give us the temperatures in the 80s on Tuesday and Wednesday, but still fall-like in the morning in the 50s.
Okay, thank you.
Beautiful. Okay, final Friday of October. High school playoff football is, you can almost taste it, Mary Rominger.
You can. 2 weeks away,
Yes.
and for some of these teams this week, this is their last game of the regular season, and it was a spooky one out at all of the stadiums around San Antonio and beyond. Coming up, highlights from our game of the week, Alamo Heights versus Tybee at Orem Stadium, and spooky highlights under the lights from 11 area games, including that game of the week. That's all coming your way after the break.
Hi, we're the Alamo Heights cheerleaders, and you're watching big game coverage on KSAT 12. Happy Halloween!
We have Alamo Heights hosting Kerrville Tybee on this Halloween evening in San Antonio for your big game coverage, Week 10 Game of the Week. All right, to put it simply, tonight's action at Orem Stadium is a battle for home field advantage in the playoffs. Both Alamo Heights and Tybee have one blemish in District 13 5AD2 play, and a loss tonight will haunt them come time for the playoffs. Buckle up for this one. Great costumes to set up some out-of-this-world highlights. First quarter, senior back DK Garza spins out of a tackle, brushes off another. How about a 68-yard rushing score to get things started? Garza is one of the most lethal tailbacks in this city. 7-0 Mules. Tybee responds. Senior signal caller Colin Rolls sees his guy, Kyron Araman, downfield, and he slings it to where only Araman can get it. And the sophomore wideout takes it from there. A 51-yard touchdown response at 7-6 Heights. The Mules made 2 trips to pay dirt after that. Mules ahead 20-7 when Rose hits his guy Flores on the slant. He gets in for 6. The two teams went pound for pound. 63 combined points were scored in the first half as Easton Stone tosses a beautiful TD pass to Joseph Godusik in the back of the end zone. But the final from this one, Alamo Heights runs away from Tybee in the second half, winning 77-35. Here's what DK Garza had to say after a big game.
It's a huge game. It's Tybee. It's always a good game. Alamo Heights versus Tybee. It's always a big rivalry. Senior night too here at Harry B. Orem Stadium. It's always fun to come out and compete in this field.
Is this the kind of outcome y'all wanted before going to a bye going into the playoffs?
Yes, it's going to be huge for momentum. I mean, carrying this momentum into playoffs is going to be huge. We have a bye week, so we'll get a chance to rest up and recover and be ready for playoffs.
All right, now we bring you to the home of the undefeated Davenport Wolves, who are hosting district foe Canyon Lake tonight. Opening kickoff. It's a solid kick, gives Wolves senior running back Barrett Fallon some trouble. Surely that'll be a problem for Davenport. Not yet. Fallon slices through the defense, and in this moment, we remember Fallon is the fastest player on the field. Well, we sped up that for time's sake, but Fallon gives Davenport the lead. Canyon Lake driving Hayes Holiday with a nice chunk play before taking a big hit. And the Hawks score on the next play. QB Jace Wheeler wheels to pay dirt. In the end, Wolves win 46-14. Now to Lenhoff Stadium. Powerhouse Steel hosting Canyon. First quarter, Knights junior QB DJ Green airs out a pass to senior receiver Micah Sheeler. Sheeler is too shifty, looking at the defender in his eyes. He's in for 6. Steel ball again. Green hits Jamin Harville. Harville with unreal speed. He's headed straight for the end zone. That's nightmare fuel right there. Steel wins 49-7. The 8-0 Harlan Hawks trying to finish the season strong and stay on top of District 28 6A, but Warren senior DB JJ Casillas has something to say about that. Casillas with a diving INT in the first quarter. But the Hawks defense shut the door on the Warriors after that. Later, Hawks pinned deep in their own zone. The ball goes to senior Xavier Smith. Sif is off and running, and he'll go trick-or-treating in the end zone. From there, Harlan victorious 49-7. All right, tonight at Ferris Stadium, 7-1 Brennan going up against 3-5 Taft. Taft trailing by a touchdown in the second half when Tucker Vogel throws a dart up the middle to David Aguirre, and the senior wideout leaves a group of Bears in the dust. The game's tied 20-20. Now it's Raiders kickoff. Bears junior DB Aiden Martin is on the return. And Martin runs up the field like he's solving an easy math problem. Makes it look easy, and Martin will fight his way in across the goal line for the touchdown. The Bears win this one, 35-28. Now the Roosevelt Rough Riders are just barely hanging on to a playoff spot in District 27 6A. Meanwhile, Brandeis is in a chase with Reagan for home field advantage. Great start for the Broncos. Junior QB Winter Smith used his legs to get in the red zone, and he sticks to what he knows for the first touchdown of the game. Later, Broncos in their own zone. Smith this time hands it off to Jaron Morris, and the senior running back kicks it into another gear. He's going to the house. The final from Comalander. Brandeis 55, Roosevelt 20. District 27 6A, Clark on the outside looking in. Reagan wants to secure home field, and Reagan trying to get past Clark's stingy red zone defense. They'd finally break through Wildcat formation. Aiden Fernandez catapults across the goal line to tie the game. It's a tie game when Clark is very aggressive. They fake a punt, but the ball is fumbled, and the Rattlers are all over it, and it proves costly as senior tight end R.C. Wagner cashes in. The final, 38 Reagan, 14 Clark. All right, we spotted a cat. We also have a banana playing the saxophone. All the great costumes at Alamo Stadium for a Highlands and Sam Houston battle. Canes driving. Xavier Youngblood steps up in the pocket, targets the end zone where junior wideout Treston Zachary fights through contact to make an impressive catch there. Sam Houston up 14-6. Later, Highlands fighting for a couple of yards when things get real spooky. Junior QB Adam Garcia emerges from the pack like a ghost, and he's gone. The Canes eventually pulled away 48-24. They win. 7-2 Southwest Legacy hosting South San tonight. South San driving. Anthony Mata connects with Isahia Hins, and Hins turns loose, evades tackles for a good chunk play. Bobcats cash in soon after. Mata to senior wideout Noah Mendez, who makes the TD grab. The final from Legacy Stadium, 28 South San, 12 Southwest Legacy. All right, we are not done yet. We have more highlights from Week 10 coming your way from the road trip. But before that, let's listen to the John Jay High School Band.